Hi everyone, I will give you 5 minutes buffer so everyone can join the webinar. Hi everyone, I will give you 5 minutes buffer so everyone can join the webinar. Okay, sorry, I will start over. I had some YouTube problems. Hi to everyone. I'm Ria Kronfluska. I'm technical consultant at Microsoft department at Interworks. First of all, I want to say thank you for sparing your time to attend my first webinar. Why I'm saying thank you at the beginning? Because I strongly believe that the most valuable and important things in this world are the time and information. And if you're not spending your time to get valuable information, you are not on the right way. So I hope that in this 1 hour, I will give you valuable information about how Azure Services can help your business stay ahead in times of pandemic. The date was February 14, 1946. An event occurred that day that changed the world. After 64 years, on February 1st, 2010, a new event occurred that is currently changing the world. Do you know that the public cloud service market is expecting to reach $623.3 billion by 2023 worldwide? Do you know that 83% of enterprises' workloads will be in the cloud by 2020? 94% of enterprises already use a cloud service. 30% of all IT budgets are allocated to cloud computing. 66% of enterprises already have a central cloud team or a cloud center of excellence. And 50% of enterprises spend more than $1.2 million on cloud service annually. So let me tell you why they're doing this. Today on our agenda we have why Azure, type of Azure services, how Azure services can help us, costs, and to the end, questions and answers. So why Azure? And why my company and our clients are using Azure services? Actually, it's not accidentally. Azure as a cloud computing platform give us a freedom to build, test, deploy, and manage our applications. It's really on an easy way. Also, Azure gives a chance to pay for what we use. So we can manage our cloud costs, our services can scale, and it's a really easy way to pay it because actually we pay for what we use. What it means, nothing less, nothing more. Let me ask you, how many times has your company bought hardware that wasn't used enough then? Or rather question, how many times has it happened to buy hardware that it wasn't later determined that it doesn't meet your needs? So Azure gives us a chance not to pay a lot of money, instead of that to pay for what we are using. And also the next feature, which is really important for Azure, is hybrid cloud. What it means? It means that some of our applications or storage can be on our local server, and another part can be on Azure. And it's possible just with Azure. Another feature which is really important for me as a developer and also for customers of our clients is the regions that Azure has 58 regions worldwide. Do you know what it means? It means less latency. So we don't need to wait a lot of time to have that service. And also, Azure meeting the requirements of the General Data Protection Regulation, which is really important for us as a company. And to the end, but it doesn't mean that it's less important, intellectual property protection. It's possible with Azure API advantages. So it provides best in the industry intellectual property protection, so we can focus on innovation instead of worrying about baseless lawsuits. So Azure has a lot of services that it offers to us, and they're grouped in a few groups. Actually, I'm saying types of services. So here we have software as a service, platform as a service, and the third group is infrastructure as a service. The first group, software as a service, gives us ready-made software that we can start using from today, for tomorrow, now, if we want. Just we should pay for it. So here, for example, we have Office 365. Another group here is platform as a service. It's a complete development and deployment environment in the cloud. Here we have Azure Functions, Web App, Logic Apps, etc. A lot of them. And let me tell you one secret. Actually, this group is my favorite group, and why I will tell you on the next slide. And to the end, we have infrastructure as a service as a group, and it's an instant computing infrastructure provisioned and managed over the internet. Here we have virtual machines, networking, etc. Here we are. I will talk a little bit about platform as a service, why it's my favorite and why I like this group, actually services that are part of this group, because it helps us as developers to be focused more on innovation instead to take care about infrastructure. Actually, I don't want to care about infrastructure as developer. I want to take care about developing my solution. So platform as a service brings us a real business benefits. And here I have one picture, which I have to admit that I stole this picture from Microsoft official documentation. This picture is really important for me because it motivates me to use Azure Services. And I will say for this picture, one picture, million words. And here we are, how Azure can help us, actually how Azure Services can help us in this period and after this period of pandemic. So let me ask you, while you are quarantined, I wonder, do you eat or drink something? I think you do. Even in this period, we need food and drink. But somebody should deliver it, yes? So the question here is, how will monitor our distributors in order to know who they are in contact with during this work? Why we need this information actually? Only assume that one of that distributors has contracted the coronavirus. So how will inform that people who were in contact with him last weeks? Because they can also have contracted the coronavirus. And one of our customers contacted us and asked for help, actually, for solution about this problem. And we as technical consultants, our job is to create the best solution for some problems. And here we are. So we used some of the Azure services in order to create the best solution for them. Here we are. Actually, we use event hubs, Azure Functions, Redis, Cognitive Services, SQLDB, blob storage, and web app. So actually we use more than these services, but for this scenario I think they are enough just to explain you how we solve that problem. So in the blob storage we have pictures of all the distributors of our clients and all the employees who receive the goods from our client. The signing of the documents is completely another subject, so I will not discuss about that today. But the most important for me as developer is that the pictures of them are in blob storage, okay? So when the camera, which is here, that is carried by the distributor, and when it takes a picture of a person, that picture is sent to Azure Event Hub. So it's coming here. After that, Azure function is getting that pictures, that images. So the trigger is Event Hub. And after that, thanks to Redis cache, it knows who is the person who has that camera. For example, it's Maria. After that, that image is processed thanks to Cognitive Services and the pictures that are in blob storage. We know with who she was in contact. For example, Anna. And we have information that Maria was in contact with Anna on 1st of April at 10 a.m., for example. And that information, that record, is stored in SQL database. And after that, thanks to web app, we are sharing that information. Actually, we have reports. So if Maria has contracted with coronavirus, her manager can go to web app, can write her name, and after that, that manager can have a report about with who was in contact Maria the last 2 weeks. And what he will do or she will do with that information, it's another topic. So it's that additional part, additional value which we add to that to this solution. So also finance department have a lot of problems during this period. So what do you think? How the finance department is working in the most companies during this period? I will say it's really difficult to work in this period. Why? Because they have a habit to work with paper documents, but in this moment, in this period, during their quarantine, they should work with a lot of emails, a lot of electronic documents, and they should handle that. And it's quite difficult for them to do that. So one of our customers contacted us and said that. So when I was talking with their employees, they told me how it's difficult to manage all that documentations, electronic documentations, and they asked us for help to create some solution how they will manage that information quite easy, because like this, with a lot of documents and images, it's really difficult. So for that purpose, we use again Azure Services. And which Azure Services? Here we have Azure Search, Form Recognizer, Blob Storage, Azure Function, SQLDB, and Web App. So all the documents and the images that finance department receive via email are placed here in the blob storage. After that, our Azure function activates Azure Search and Form Recognizer services in order to extract important information from them. That information after that are stored in SQLDB. So thanks to web app, we can display them as valuable information about finance department. And I will say they're really grateful for this, because their life now is really easier. So, how to get more people informed about what is happening now? And let me ask you, how do you get information about coronavirus during this period? Through television? You visit some websites? On Facebook? On Twitter? Or so during this period, every media wants to be the first to share information to the population. At the same time, it wants to do so on in an easy way. So they ask us to create a really good solution. So they will share that information, just for example, in their website, and all that information will be shared on another social media. For example, here we have Web App, Logic App, Azure Functions. So when our customer shares some information on their web application, then it's triggered our Logic App, which calls Azure Function. And the same informations that were shared on the website, the same are also shared on Facebook and Twitter. Do you know that around 2.6 billion people are under quarantine from 25th of March? It's 1/3 of human population, according to agency France Press. So I'm not saying that. So what they do all day at home? Or maybe the best question is, what do you do all day at home? Or what they do all day at home? So believe me, they're visiting some websites, or they're doing online shopping. So the most of them are doing that at the same time. And a lot of the websites couldn't handle all the requests. So we offered to our client solution to this problem, and relying on Azure Services again. So for this solution, we choose front door, web app, and traffic manager. Why? On the web app, we are deploying our web application. After that, we are using front door and traffic manager. Why? Both of them. Actually, front door is routing our users on application level. It uses HTTP and HTTPS. Instead of that, traffic managers routes our users on network level. It's using DNS. So when we use both of them, we have a better solution. And why Web App is one of my favorite services on Azure, because it has deployment slots, and it makes our life easier. So it's possible to have our staging environment and production environment, and we can redirect part of our users to see our staging environment. So we are testing in production. For example, we can redirect 10% of our users from production to see on staging environment, and when we are 100% sure that everything is working okay on our staging environment, we can just split them. So that is swap on Azure. And when we are splitting them, actually, when we are swapping them, so actually we are not swapping whole environment. We are just swapping virtual IP addresses. And everything looks great, but still have to pay to use these services. So here we have one link where you can go and to check the prices. Thank you for your time. I really appreciate it. So if you have any question, it's time for it. Okay, here is one question. Do you know how many companies managed to overcome the challenge with COVID easier thanks to Azure? Actually, I don't know the exact number of companies, but I know that there are many. For example, we create solutions for a few of them, yes? So, if you take into account that the first quarter of 2020, I think that Azure revenue growth was around 60%, more or less. While now in the second quarter, it's around 62 or 63%. So it means that we have a lot of companies, but I don't know exact number. So here we have another question. Which industries can benefit most from using Azure? Actually, I can't single out any industry. I think that any industry would benefit if it used Azure Services in their solution. Maybe I can say maybe healthcare, insurance, financial, transport industry, etc. But there are a lot of them, so we can use it everywhere. How much this solution took to implement? Which solution? Because I mentioned four of them, I think. If you point me, maybe I will give you an answer. Actually, with the test period, it was around 1 month. Okay, we have next question. What is the biggest challenge you faced working with Azure? Actually, maybe the first solution which I mentioned was really big challenge for us. For the first time we work this type of solution and really enjoyed. Okay, we have another question. What makes Azure different compared to the competition? So there we have a few other cloud services. We have AWS, we have Google Cloud. About the Google Cloud, actually, I will say there are not a lot of regions worldwide, around 30, I think. So it's not enough for me as developer. I'm saying about latency. So it means that I will have more latency. But Google Cloud is cheaper, but for that it's cheaper, of course. And about AWS, I think that is really good competition to Azure. So both of them are good, but I really want to work more with Microsoft technologies. So for that, ever I choose Azure. But both of them are good. We also in our company have AWS department who's working with AWS, and I think both of them are good. So we have solutions we had created solutions with AWS services and with Azure services. So I don't think that there are any more questions. So let me thank you again for your time. And don't forget that my company and I are as valuable as we can help to others. Stay home, stay safe. Thank you.